Hey guys, Dizzler Magic here, and today we only have 2 spoilers, so I thought, why not turn the car around and go all the way back to the Planeswalker deck spoilers that I totally forgot to cover. First up, we've got a 5-cost 3/3 Merfolk Wizard with Flash. Something tells me this won't be in any of the Flash decks, because it says when it enters the battlefield, you just go get the Teferi from the Planeswalker deck. So, hey, depending upon how good he is, you could run a 1-of and just use these as fetchers, but I don't know, like the Demeter Flash deck, the Simic Flash deck, and the Mono Blue Flash deck. I don't think this or Teferi is a big upgrade for him. I think they do just fine on their own. Next up, a not Planeswalker deck card. I guess he's got out of order, whatever. We've got Scavenging Ooze. Oh boy, it's a 2/2 for 2, and if you pay 1, which you can do this multiple times per turn, exile target card from a graveyard. Yes, dump all of your mana into this. Do this, wreck their entire graveyard. Run this card. And if it just happened to be a creature card, you put a 1/1 counter on Scavenging Ooze, and you gain 1 life. So, yeah, run this against a cycling deck, obviously. I am so sick of that stupid deck and the complete lack of anything that interacts with it right now. You basically have to sideboard to stop that deck, and I play best of 1, and it's pissing me off. Next up, we got Palladium Mirror. Oh, good. It's a 2/2 for 3, and you tap it to add 2. That's what we needed for the all-colorless Steel Overseer Ramp into Ugin deck, was this piece of shit. And don't forget, we're getting 2 Ugins as soon as this comes out. Oh boy. So back to the Planeswalker deck garbage. We've got 4-cost sorcery, double white. It's rare. Put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. You may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Basri, Devoted Paladin, reveal it, and put it in your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. So that's the fetcher for the Basri deck. Oh, by the way, there are 4 Planeswalker decks, and I'm just covering the rare and the mythic from it. None of the uncommons look real interesting. I will say dropping counters on the stuff for 4, yeah, it's only 2 counters, it's kind of crap, but you also get Basri, so not too bad. I wouldn't call it standard playable, but, especially since he costs 6. So we got Basri here. Put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature. It gains vigilance until end of turn. Oh boy. Then we got -1 whenever a creature attacks this turn. Put a 1/1 counter on it. Now that's pretty nuts for a -1. I feel like that should have been like -2 or 3. Then we've got -6. Creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain flying, but only until end of turn. You're obviously going to want to swing all out. It should have said flying and lifelink. However, they would have had to move it to -7 then, because remember, you bring him out for 4, pay 1, boom, he's at 5. You are 2 turns away from ulting him then. Next up, wow, these are just in no particular order, but I don't feel like fixing it. It's Teferi Dauntless Voyager. Oh boy. And in keeping with tradition, he looks drastically different than any other artwork he's in. He's a 6-cost, 4 loyalty, and he has +1 draw a card, because of course he does. -3, there we go, put a target creature on top of its owner's library. I wouldn't even use that if it said bottom. And then -8, each creature target opponent controls phases out. Until end of your next turn, they can't phase in. Oh gee, that's not confusing, annoying, and difficult to track at all, is it? Are you kidding me? Well, you're a long way from that, and this card is honestly a dumpster fire for 6, but, it's an appropriate power level for the totally powered down Planeswalker decks. Next up, Liliana Scorn. Destroy target creature, and then search for Liliana. Real simple. Not bad for 5. The average kill spell is 2 or 3 mana, and the average, really narrow specific tutor spell would be like 4. So kind of good value, except this is Liliana, so she's 6 for 4. I guess they're sticking with that. +1, return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, reasonable. -3, which really makes me think, now that they're all -3, that other one probably should have been -3, not -1. Anyway, destroy target creature, its controller loses 2 life. Ooh, that's not bad. That is actually pretty good. Leaves her at 1 loyalty, but that's pretty damn good. So then -7, target opponent loses 2 life for each creature in their graveyard. Hey, it's like Crypt Incursion, but backwards. Nice. If so many of their creatures are in their graveyard, why didn't you win already, though? That's the problem. So, yeah. Then we've got Chandra's Firemaw. It's a 5-cost 4/2, Helion with haste, and when it enters the battlefield, you may just straight up go search for Chandra. And then you get to keep the 4/2, and then we've got Chandra Flames Catalyst. That does not look anything like her unless she's suddenly in her 40s and had facial reconstruction surgery. So she is actually a 5 loyalty for 6 because they really like Chandra, apparently. +1, she deals 3 damage to each opponent. Okay, straight up. Then we've got -2. You may cast target red instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. If that spell would be put in your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. Still gotta pay the mana for it though. Then you got -8, discard your hand, then draw 7 cards. Until end of turn, you may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. Now that's just fun. Completely broken and unfair, but still fun. I mean, what makes it fair is she costs 6, she comes out with 5, and then you can +1 her, so you're already like 3 turns away from doing that. And that's if you wanted to -8 her and get rid of her. It'd be even more turns if you wanted to keep her. And that won't necessarily win the game. So pretty weak Chandra. I think all these are pretty weak across the board, but that's the point. It's supposed to be powered down, fair, like almost resembling fun magic for the new people. That's why, a lot of new people want to pick up a fully playable deck that's standard legal. And then just wait till they see the standard meta when they're like, I'm going to go to F&M. Well, that'll be your last trip to F&M, Jimmy. Because everybody's running, turn 3, infinite combo, or turn 4, run you over, red shit. Frickin' Torban, drop and run, get you to -20 on turn 4. Esper, where it's just board wipe, 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 and then some Super Friends bullshit and it's Sharknado. I think they got real creative and wild and added Uro to some of them. Whoa, playing with creatures all of a sudden, that's crazy. Anyway, there is one more. We got Garruk's deck. So, Garruk's War Steed, it's 5-drop, 3/5 with Vigilance, and when it enters the battlefield, you go get Garruk. How terrifically exciting. Then we've got Garruk himself, Savage Herald. It's 5 loyalty for 6. +1 is reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it in your hand. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your library. Well, that is just going to whiff all the time. Then we've got -2. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. So that is just the cliche, typical, green planeswalker right there. And then -7 until end of turn. Creatures you control gain. You may have this creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. We'd have to have a lot of big stuff, which is probably how you're going to win the game anyway, so it's like, whatever. Yeah, pretty weak, so, whatever, that's what these are. So pretty snooze spoiler day, but hey, if you didn't see my video that went up right before this, the Nope deck, pretty entertaining. It is absolutely tier 1 meta crushing, doesn't beat much else. It is designed specifically to beat like the top 5 decks in the world right now. So if you're looking for something like that to troll people on, well, I was going to say high ranked, but anything in Arena, you could go to unranked. People are just tier 1 net deck, tier 1 net deck, tier 1 net deck. The power level of the top decks is so out of control, you'd have to be out of your damn mind to try to play something else. Which, of course, I am, which is why I built this deck, and just wait till you see the gameplay. I've been having fun with it all night. That's right, I've been playing in Platinum ranked and having fun. Because I like taking stupid, lazy, know-nothing, talentless piece of shit net deckers and ruining their hopes and dreams on turn 3. Why? Because on turn 3, they don't have a hand left. I mean, they already don't know how to run the damn deck. Now try and run it with half the cards missing. Good luck, bitch. This deck wins right around like 50 to 60% of the time, which is low for one of my decks that I find acceptable for play. But just the simple fact that it dismantles all of the tier 1 decks and just shuts down their main mechanics, I love it. Go look at it. Copy the deck. Play it. It's only net decking if you copy it from the top tournament results. If you copied it from the internet, that's not net decking, despite the name. Get a clue, people. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.